Well, hello. Now I'm someone that is always looking for drawing pens. I like to do a lot of cartoons, and drawing pens are very important. And I've just noticed that my drawing pens really are limited and running out of ink. What I have here is an old ice cube tray that I flipped over, put some plastic pipe in here, and made a pen holder out of it. And what I have is, these are all micron, I don't know if you can see that, pens. This is an 01, this is an 03, this is an 03, this is an 05, and this is an 05. So I'm pretty limited. The rest of the pens you see in here are brush pens, which is not the same as a fine point drawing pen. So, since I was at the store today, I bought a new box of pens and I thought I'd show them to you. So, as I said, I usually use micron. I do use Staedtler pens once in a while. This is one that's just about out of ink. And I have one other type that I've used, which is a, if you can see this, Prismacolor pen. These are drawing pens, fine line markers, and this of course is just about out of ink also. So I tried these. These are something I've never seen before. Signature Special. Let's take a look at these. Drawing pens, and then some things in some foreign language that I don't know. And then on the bottom here we have the 6 different pen sizes that are in the box. An 01, an 02, 03, 05, 07, and 08. Now that gives me a good range for drawing cartoons. And that's what I'm looking for. And here's the back of the box. And not much here other than who it's distributed by. Doesn't really have a name, just has their address, and then made in Taiwan. So I don't know, that doesn't tell me much. Let's take a look at the pens. Okay, open them up here. Now let's get out. See what we got. And they say Recollections. Basically the pen says the same thing it says on the box. Now, this is an 02. Let's take a look. Here's an 01 and an 08. Let's take a look at this. Here's the 01. And I don't know if you can see the nib on that or not. Let me see here. Okay, that's an 01. Now let me take a look at this. Oops. Let me take a look at this 08. And a much thicker nib on that, pen tip. So let's see here what they're like. So here's the 01 line thickness compared to the 08 line thickness. You can see the 08 is much heavier, and that's going to work real well for cartooning. Now here's a little comic that I'm currently working on. This is Charlie Chong, the world's greatest Chinese detective, and I've done some comics about him before. But as you can see, the left side is completely inked at this point in time. And then if you look at the right side here, you'll see it's penciled, waiting to be inked. So I think what I'll do, I'll give you a little quick demonstration of inking part of this cartoon. Now when you do paneled cartoons, It's kind of a three-step process. First, you have to decide your camera angle, just like you would if you were making a movie. Then you have to pencil in your subject. That way, if you make mistakes, you can erase it and change it and so forth. And then, finally, you have to do the inking. And of course, that's where these pens come in. Here I've got a little heavier Sharpie to do some of the black areas. But basically, this is how it's done, and this is why I need pens. Now, by the way, these pens were only $7, which I thought was a pretty good deal. I think they were marked 12, but I got them for 7. Now, you'll notice I just showed you to the top. That is the only place that the number of the pen is located. So, if you take the tops off and get them mixed up, you won't know what pen you're using. So I'm going to have to remember to put these tops back on these pens, every time I use them. Other than that, the little bit that I've used them, they're great. I would recommend them. And the only thing we don't know is how long the ink will last. Just a quick note on the Charlie Chong cartoon here. I don't know how long this will take to finish. I've worked on this a little bit at a time for quite a while, so don't expect this to be done anytime soon, depending on the page count. But I will see you in the next video, so don't forget to leave a comment, or if you have questions, I'll be glad to answer them, and subscribe. And I will see you in my next video.